Hey guys, it's Morgan. Welcome back to the weekly Shlog, and you'll hear in the background. That's right, that's all for Leandra. And the fact that we got a whole bunch of snow at the end of the season. It is February 23rd, and there's not a ton of snow right here, but there's a bunch in the mountains, there's a bunch down in town, and it's gonna be awesome. Welcome back to our weekly Shlog, guys, where we show you all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff, and we have a lot of fun. If this sounds like fun, stick around. Let's do this. Leandra loves it too. We're gonna do the snowman one. Sing it, Zach. The past is in the past. You know the words. Yes! Oh yeah, I know the words. Right on, guys. Oh, this is a lot of fun. Oh, I have to show you what we're working on. Mr. Sheets is working on the new Lowrider KTM. Pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be a new trend. We're really excited about getting that done. And then, actually, I have an interesting one, guys. This YZ450FX has been draining the battery for a long time and having some weird, like, clicky noises from the relays. There we go. The circuit relays. When you push it, anyway, whatever. So I think we got it figured out. So stick around, we'll get to that here real soon, hopefully. Oh, hey guys, so before I start working on customers' bikes, I'm taking a look at my 18 300 XCW. It used to be 250 Daisy. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. But I've been testing some things. Mainly right now I'm paying attention to tires and length of wear on tires and mousses together, kind of the combination. One thing that a lot of people don't realize is that there's a big difference in the profile shape of a tire. Like if you cut it in half, like cross section, they're not just round or not. Anyway, they're all different. Michelin's are different from Dunlops, different from V-Moto, different from Bridgestones. Anyway, and that all affects the way that they'll wear with a mousse in it. That's why Michelin really doesn't recommend using Michelin mousses in anything but Michelin tires. Obviously people do, and it's no problem, but you'd find if you used a Michelin mousse in Michelin tires, they actually last a lot longer than if you put a Michelin, say, in a Dunlop or a Bridgestone. It has a lot to do with the shape of the mousse and the tire. So I've been testing V-Motos and with nitro mousses, really trying to get a good handle on how long the Apex compound V-Moto tire works. I've got a pretty good idea on the normal compound. They seem to hold up really well. They're pushing 20, 30 hours, of useful life, really, for me riding. That's not everybody, obviously. It's not every bike. It's not every terrain. But me, in our western area with rocks and roots and desert and dry and slick, and me spinning the tire a lot because I don't have a lot of throttle control or clutch control, they hold up pretty good. So the Apex compound, I put on the 300. I also have it on the 125. But I've been paying more attention to the 300. So, to keep track of things like that, I have these. If you guys go to our website, you can check these out. You can buy them. I'll ship them out. But it's a maintenance book, and it's pretty cool. I've talked about this before, but I'll touch on it again here on the Shlog. I designed this thing. I didn't make a good place to put your make and model, so that's one thing I didn't do very well, but obviously pretty easy. So 18 300 XCW. I'm calling Daisy our little ass, our test ass. So anyway, first page is two-stroke maintenance book, talks about what it is, kind of gives our suggested service intervals on things, has our email, phone number if you need to call us, whatever. Then we go to the first page. So up here we put the hours that you're doing. So that's the hours that are on the bike as I'm doing it. So it says 393. The bike actually has quite a bit more than that because for a while my front wheel sensor wasn't working because the line was broken, and I ran it like that for quite a while. So it's over 400 hours, but it doesn't matter. What we're doing is tracking from now. So 393.8, and then we go in here and we talk about notes: V-Moto Force, AT, Apex Compound, Nitro Mousse, NM, NM18, 305, and so that's at 393. So we'll go take a look at that. Then the Kelsey RK Tech head and piston with his 2 base gaskets. Let's see. Brand new motor, crankworks, rebuilt, anyway, all the things. And this is like my blitz service. This is what I did. Checked to fill the brakes, air filter, chain, anyway, all that good stuff. Now, I've changed the oil actually since then, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm just going to keep an idea. So 393.8. So let's take a look at what's on it now. All right, so 407.1. So that's basically 14 hours, right? Almost 15 hours, actually. Let's call it 15 hours. And there is the tire holding up really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. The tire is sticking really well. It's got a lot of grip left in it. So I'm super happy with that. So now that I have that information, I can just keep track of it. I'm going to keep running that tire, so I'm not changing anything. I'm not going to mess with the book at all because I'm not really changing anything. I'm going to do the air filter here because I rode with the kids and it was super dusty. But if you guys want one of these, go to our website. It's highland-cycles.com, and you'll see we have maintenance books. Anyway, we also have a bunch of free information there, free ebooks that I wrote about suspension tuning, carburetor tuning, all that good stuff. Trail guides for around here. Anyway, pretty cool. So on to the next thing. All right, guys, quick update on what's going on here at the shop, just shop-wise. Mr. Sheets is moving his stuff from his sad little spot over here where he was forced to be for all this time. So I felt like he earned a right place. Yeah. Over to there because we're making him a bunch more room so that he can do a ton of suspension work because, like I said before, we are going to be a TBT shop here very, very soon. Our friend Brady Metter is coming out next week. By the way, stick around, subscribe, all that crap for that Shlog because Brady's going to be on there. We're going to be interviewing him, making him talk on screen, which is a lot of fun because he really doesn't like to. He's even more awkward than Angry Zach. So it's going to be awesome. But yeah, so we're clearing out space because we have that storage container. Now Zach's going to have that space. We're going to move these bikes over into this. Zach's going to clean up his hoarding area right here. And he's moving his toolboxes. And yeah, we're going to do that. It's going to be awesome. Also, I am getting ready to shoot a video on this lovely machine. My 300 XCW Daisy, what am I calling it? My test ass instead of a mule. Going to be shooting a whole video going over absolutely everything I have done to that bike from stock to now. I've had a bunch of you guys request that. I'll be shooting one for the 125 here really soon too. But I want to get the 300 done because that has the most stuff done to it. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel and check that out. Should be pretty good. I'm just going to go over literally everything from tip to tail that we've done for this thing. So it's an awesome motorcycle. All right, guys. So next on the list is my 300 again because Nathan at CounterShox sent me another CounterShox device to put onto this bike. And I'm really excited because I don't honestly know how it's going to fit. I haven't figured out exactly where I'm gonna put it. I think it's gonna need to, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting because, well, I'll pull this off and show you. I'm running a super mount, which is from Moto Minded to help this be a little more burly. And just an easier mount with just 2 bolts to pull the whole headlight off. So I don't know how it's gonna fit. On this side, there's, I've got the little box from Baja Designs to help make this thing work on AC circuit. The other side, not a lot of room. So we're gonna pull the headlight off and see if we can't tuck it in behind there. If not, what we can do is We could probably run it a little bit on the outside because it doesn't really matter where it is, but I don't really want something sticking out. So anyway, let's pull this headlight off and take a look. Alright guys, so we got the wheel off and ready to be able to lower the fork down. If you haven't watched my install video, you should check it out. It's pretty simple. You just take the wheel off and then you choose the fork you're going to put it on, and you just slide the fork down, put the clamps over it, and slide it back up. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do. As you can see, there's a little more room over here. That's partially because this used to live over on that side, but I'm thinking about moving that so that I can hook it right in here. And if we take the device and we kind of look, it needs to sit kind of down onto the bottom triple clamp. And if we do that, it looks like I might have room like right in here for the top clamp to work, and then the bottom would be just fine down here. So I think that's what I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna mount this up first, and then I'm gonna see if I can get this on here. And if I need to, what I can do is mount this up in here to keep it out of the way, because this is the side that goes like that. I think that's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is drop that fork down, slide the clamps over, and then yeah, we'll see what we can do. Take our device. So there's our problem, guys. That's not actually hitting. It won't go far enough in. So what are we gonna do here, guys? I tried this thing on the outside, but it's actually hit my radiator brace. I think I could have moved it just enough to get it right, but I don't like it. I want it inboard. So I'm back to here thinking about this, and I think what I can do is I can cut just a little piece of this super mount out. This will still be tight, it'll still be attached, because I've already carved some of this out to make my chainsaw mount work. So I think if I come up right in there and do it, I think it will actually work. So we're getting really close, guys. I think I gotta remove just a little bit more of this part of the mount, and then we'll be good. And we're just gonna have to tighten up the zip tie that's holding this to make sure it's nice and solid. But I think if I just shave that down, it still remains to be seen if it's actually gonna fit with the light, but I think that it's going to. Alright, now we're gonna see if we can fit it. If it does fit, then we're gonna move the box up to the top. Yeah, I just gotta take a little bit off of there. Alright, I think it's gonna work, guys. Alright guys, we got her mounted up. I think that turned out really good. It's all tucked in away and out of the way. Nice, it's right where we want it. It's right up against the bottom of the triple clamp. You guys are right. He said to do that. It actually doesn't matter. I talked to Nathan. It doesn't really affect it. As long as you really tighten the clamps down tight and get everything really tight, it doesn't actually matter where that is, because it's connected to the fork. But that makes it so it's a little bit easier, just in case you didn't have it super tight, it would be whatever. But it is up against that. It's all tucked in away. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I did have to move the box. You can see it right there up here. I had to put a zip tie going through there, but that's no big deal. So it seems like everything clears. Move it back and forth. Yeah, although, actually, what's that doing? Aha! So, it is bumping up against this. So, let's see where we could maybe move that. Because I think, well, I know that this is hitting that, but I think that's the only thing that's touching. So, if I can move that, maybe move it to here. So I'm gonna pop this out, see what I need to do to drill this out just a fuzz bigger. We'll move that up. All right, guys, I moved that. So let's see. There we go. Goes all the way. Happy with that. So just popped it out of there, drilled this hole out bigger. We're all good. I'm not gonna, you know, some of you guys are gonna ask, what are you gonna do about that? Nothing, because I mean, that one's open, that one was open, just gonna be open now. So I might spray a little bit of spray paint on it since it's bare metal there, so it doesn't rust, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So let's take a look at what Mr. Sheets has going on over here, because his area is being modified into a bigger, more awesome area. We're really excited. Got rid of the sides on this lift, so now it's only motorcycle lifts in here. Absolutely zero ATV lifts. Pretty happy about that. He's finishing putting together Neil Matthews 300 X Trainer. Neil had to send his suspension out to, let's see who that was. Some guy, I think in Montana, who's supposed to be the X Trainer expert. Let's see. All Moto Performance. So there you go. What do you think, Zach? How did the X Trainer suspension feel? No way of knowing because it just put it on the bike. But yeah, so here's Zach's new area. He got out of his little hole that we kept him in for the last year and a half. And he's excited. I think I don't know. It's hard to tell whether Zach's excited or just angry. It's almost impossible to know. He's stoked! There it is! He actually admitted that he was stoked. That's a big deal. Got our suspension lineup here, getting ready to rock and roll once Brady gets here. We're going to be hammering down. So if you guys, all of you folks on the YouTubes are interested, please send me an email, morgan@highland-cycles.com. You want to ship it in. If you're close, you want to come, whatever, we can do suspension. We're going to get it set up with TBT. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, we're pretty excited. All right, on to the next job. Hey guys, all right, next on the lift is the COHVCO bike. Really excited, got everything back together, and a new spark plug. Ended up putting a new stator in it because I was trying to start it afterwards and it just kept like wanting to start then not starting. Anyway, whatever, it was just being really, really weird. And I remembered that I had a problem on an old 350 like this before where it would spark. You take the spark plug out and it would spark, bright blue, all looked good. But the thing would not run, and then it would run, and then it would not run. Anyway, and checked everything, and ended up actually checking the stator and the pickup coil, and it all tested fine. Replaced it all, and the thing ran great. Because these are weird. They run, everything runs off the battery. The pump, the ignition, everything runs off the battery, and the stator just charges the battery. Then there's a pickup coil, which is also a crank position sensor, would be the other name for it. It actually is down in the stator area, and it just tells it when to fire. So let's see what happens here. Yes! Stoked. Right on. Sounds good. Everything looks good. Really happy, guys. So super stoked. Now comes the fun part. We're just going to put all new plastics and make this thing look really nice. I'm really happy about that. I talked to the guy who gave the bike to COHVCO, and anyway, we're changing things up because COHVCO ended up actually getting a big bunch of money to raffle, like to buy some new stuff and raffle it off. So they're going to do that, which I think is really cool. What we're going to do is we're going to auction this off right here on YouTube and our Facebook page. And just a silent auction, bid via email, and then that money is going to just go to COHVCO. Obviously, the bike is kind of rough looking, but we have brand new chain sprockets, we have brand new tires, we have brand new plastics to go on this thing. So that's all getting ready to happen right now. But the deal is, if you want to bid on this thing, it's a silent auction via email. Email me at morgan at highland-cycles.com, your bid, right? So just email me that bid. We're going to close the auction. Let's see, so the auction will at least run to the end of March, the very end of March, and then we will take the highest bid and go. I will let you know right now that there is already a bid of $3,000 on this. So it is a 2012 350 XCFW. Motor's brand new. You guys have joined me for the build and everything like that. Like I said, I got brand new plastics. The lights work. I don't have a tail light for it. I gotta see. I don't think that's in the plastics. But it's got a skid plate, obviously a nice seat and all that good stuff. So if you're interested and you want to bid more than $3,000, email me, Morgan at highland-cycles.com. And yeah, I'm really excited because that's awesome. Sweet. Next job. All right, guys. So suspension is starting to show up. Like I said earlier, Brady is coming to train us up on TBT stuff next week. So make sure you subscribe because next week's Shlog is going to be awesome. We'll be looking into all of that and what that takes. But yeah, we're getting gun cases and bow cases, and we are getting lined up with suspension work to do. We're really excited. Hey guys, all right, next job for me is to service this lovely shock. This is a shock off of my friend Foxy Bibbs's, well, it's originally off of his 2017 250XC. He switched it over to his 2019 TX300. So same shock, everything. We are going to take it apart. I've already taken the spring off, obviously. There's nothing crazy about that. I'm going to film this in depth as a separate video for you guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see that video in depth. Here on the Shlog, I'll just touch on the highlights, but you can see the bubbles coming out just naturally. Don't worry, we're going to do this a few times and then I'm going to show you how we get all the air out. Fill the cup up a little bit. And then we're going to pump this thing up and down. And bubbles are going to come out of there. I'm going to see if I can show you. It's kind of hard, but... Alright guys, so just about done here. One thing I want to mention is that when you're doing this, you want to have this thing chalked up super tight so that you can pull really hard and push really hard, because what you're trying to do is, like the big bubbles from all the they're all out, right? The stuff hiding in little cavities around the thing, they're all out by now. What you're really trying to get is any air that's between the shims. They get stuck between the shims. Little tiny bubbles of air get stuck between the shims. So to get those out, you got to really flex the shim. So on rebound, you're pulling, and as that piston's coming down, you're trying to get those shims to flex up and squeeze those bubbles out. And as you push it up, same thing with the compression stack. Flex those things and squeeze those bubbles out. So I think we're pretty good. Yep. Clean as a whistle. All right, guys. So it's the end of the Shlog. We're about ready to finish this thing up, and I just want to show you something cool that I'm trying out on my bike. Got these new little stainless foot peg pins that have a lock nut on this side and little anodizing thing. Really, the anodizing thing is just to keep dirt out of the hole that's in there. There's an Allen hole in this side so you can hold it while you tighten this down. I've always run the other style like this, kind of upside down style, so you can look at the cotter pin and make sure everything is like it should be. But someone, when I did a video on that last, someone said, oh, you should try these out. So I checked them out. They're on eBay. They're $14.95 a piece. I'll let you guys know how they go. I don't know why they wouldn't be awesome. So yeah, they're just foot peg pins, nothing special. But guys, also we got the COHVCO bike all done. We do have still yet to put a new front tire on it. Robbie Noyles is bringing an M59 over here to put that on there. We got a V-Moto Force 18 rear tire on it. DDC sprocket, brand new. Pro taper chain. Everything's good. Starts right up. Starts right up. Everything works good. I took it for a test ride. Bike's running really good. Super happy with it. So the auction has already started. We have a bid at $3,000 already. No reserve, so when it sells, no matter what. So if you guys want to bid on this thing, just email your bid to morgan@highland-cycles.com, and I will get you in. It's a silent auction. I'm not telling you where the bid is now, but just got to be over $3 grand, otherwise you're not going to get it. So anyway, I hope you guys like that. Sorry about the compressor, but you know, that's the way it is with the Shlog. Sometimes the compressor runs. Hope you guys like the video. I hope you get out and spread the gospel of two wheels, and I desperately hope that what we're doing here at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!